Provoke not the Lord our God, the Most High, to anger. For if he will not help us within these 5 days, he has the power to defend us when he will, even every day, or to destroy us before our enemies.
It looks like to me, right, I'm going to let you pick it back up. Judith is getting it up. She is laying the law down to them. You go try the Most High God?
I'm telling you, you got 5 days.
You go put an ultimatum on the Most High God? I don't care if it was a little boy. If it's the word of God coming out, you better listen. Now, this lady was a widower. She was a widow. Her husband was gone.
3 years and 4 months.
But she had money. She had people up under her. She was a prominent lady. And y'all go find out she was a queen. She was beautiful. Let's keep reading.
All right. Verse 16. Do not bind the counsels of the Lord our power, for God is the Most High. God is not as man that he may be threatened, challenged, or any of that. Neither is he as the Son of Man that he should be wavering. Therefore, let us wait for salvation of him. And call upon him to help us, and he will hear our voice if it pleases him.
If it pleases him. Flat out. Go ahead.
For there arose none in our age, neither is there any now in these days, neither tribe, nor family, nor people, nor city among us which worship gods made with hands, as have been aforetime.
So at this time now, the people were living safely, right? And they were not worshiping idols anymore.
Right.
She bring that out. And this is why the Most High will hear us, all right? We've been faithful to that, trust in that.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
For the cause of which our fathers were given to the sword, and for a spoil, and had a great fall before our enemies. But we know none other God, Most High Power. Therefore, we trust that he will not despise us, nor any of our nation. For if we be taken, so all Judea shall lie waste, and our sanctuary shall be spoiled, and he will require the profanation thereof at our mouth, and the slaughter of our brethren, and the captivity of the country, and the desolation of our inheritance will he turn upon our heads among the Gentiles, wheresoever we shall be in bondage, and we shall be an offense and a reproach to all them that possess us. For our servitude shall not be directed to favor, but the Lord our God, the Most High Power, shall turn it to dishonor.
All right. So right now, even in chapter 9, and finishing up here.
Well, really, what she was saying there, because that was a lot, and sometimes you get lost in translation. But what she was saying is, if we take heed and fall to prey to what Isaiah has said, we will become ashamed upon the name of the Most High Power. We change his name. So that's what we were saying even with Samson. When we talk about that, everything has to bring glory to the Most High. And so she was really beating them up because you bring profanity to his name. The slaughter of our brethren and captivity, we're going to give up. All Judea will know and hear about that. We won't be in servitude directed to favor because of the Most High, as we should be, since we're not worshiping false gods or anything. If we haven't sinned, what have we done?
Right.
You know, you're not even trying him on the word that he's given us and the promises that he gives us.
And prophets, now, look, this whole doubting thing came because they called our water supply. We ain't got no water, right? So this is an example of how the Most High will bring hope back into the camp. Skip right over, start and read. It's a lot verses, but the Most High is with us today,
It's
and
fine.
that's fine.
It's not a lot.
Let's read verse 29 all the way down to 35. You're still in chapter 8, but jump over to verse 29 down to verse 35.
Well, you know, before we even do that, because we really have to establish what she's saying to them, they needed to be, their spirits to be stirred. If I could look at verse 24, which was after that, it says, but the Lord our God shall turn it to dishonor, if in fact they give up themselves. So 24 says, now therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us, and the sanctuary and the house of the altar rests upon us. That right there is powerful, because even today it is true. we have to turn and be an example to our brothers because their hearts depend. They depend on us.
So, Prophet Cece, this is what we're saying here, all right? And I'm in total agreement with what they're saying. That's exactly what this walk is about. Your lifetime, your awakening is a way of life. It's not a religion. Your way of life dictates who you are, who you represent. You're called to be the light of the world. Our lifestyle represents who we are. This right here will jeopardize their lifestyle.
And time, Elder. So as I was saying, it would appear that Ozias before, when we were reading earlier, he was the only one. They had no hope. But yet and still, who are you you're the elder. You're the elder of the group and the congregation, and you set an ultimatum before the Most High God to show up in 5 days. And if not, we're going to all surrender.
The Most High respects.
So that was wavering.
Right.
I think we had even read that somewhere too. I can't remember what scripture, but it was a wavering mentality. And so like in James where he says, the one who comes prays before the Lord wavering didn't think that he would receive anything. That's exactly what this was. So now I understand that. Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right, so verse 29 in Judith chapter 8, for this is not the first day wherein thy wisdom is manifested, but from the beginning of thy days all the people have known thy understanding, because the disposition of thine heart is good. But the people were very thirsty, and compelled us to do unto them as we have spoken, and to bring an oath upon ourselves which we will not break. Therefore now pray thou for us, because thou art a godly woman, and the Most High will send us rain to fill our cisterns, and we shall faint no more. Then said Judith unto them, hear me, and I will do a thing.
Hear me. Now, this is I call her a prophetess. That's what I call her. Prophetess Judith. She is, to me, my Wonder Woman. Okay? She was the Wonder Woman in this day and time for Israel. She is saying right now, flat out in front of the elders and everybody, the congregation of Israel, what she say, prophetess?
Hear me, and I will do a thing which shall go throughout all generations, to the children to our nation.
Wow.
Ye shall stand this night in the gate, and I will go forth with my waiting women, and within the days that you have promised to deliver the city to our enemies, the Lord will visit Israel by mine hand.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Read verse 33 again.
Ye shall stand this night in the gate, and I will go forth with my waiting women, and within the days that you have promised to deliver the city to our enemies, the Lord will visit Israel by my hand. But inquire not you of mine act. Don't inquire of what I'm going to do, for I will not declare it unto you till the things be finished.
Judah spoke with authority. She spoke like she was a queen. She spoke like that. Don't ask me what I'm going to do. All right? You just don't worry about that. You just wait till it gets done. I'll tell you about it later on. But the Most High is already dealing with me. I already know what I got to do. At this point in time, she is the Savior of Israel right now.
Verse 35. Then said Ozias and the princess unto her, go in peace, and the Lord, the Most High power, be before thee to take vengeance on our enemies. So they returned from the tent and went to their wards, because they were meeting in her tent. Because she had much riches, as you said, stated, and so when she got there, that's where they came. They came and met in her tent. They was having this discussion where they shared the issue. Of course, she had probably heard about they had 5 days, and then they was getting ready to go and go be servants. So, and then we go on. Did you want me to go on?
Yeah, we're going to just look at chapter 9 overview here, and we're going to get to the meat of it. But if it please the Most High, prophetess,
we need to read.
You can read chapter 9. You can read. Right. This is where Judith goes into her own private, and she starts to cleanse herself, because She's getting ready to go do a great thing for the nation of Israel. But go into it, prophets. Go ahead.
Then Judith fell. This is verse 9 of Judith. Chapter 9 of Judith. Judith fell upon her face and put ashes upon her head and uncovered the sackcloth wherewith she was clothed. And about the time that the incense of that evening was offered in Jerusalem in the house of the Lord, Judith cried with a loud voice and said. So we got to know that means that it was a prayer time.
It was prayer time.
It was a significant time for prayer, and we're supposed to be honoring that. There is a prayer, we need to pray. Our prayer times are supposed to be 9, 12, and 3. Okay. So by her saying that, there was a regular time that we offered up the right frankincense, incense before the Most High on the altar, and we would pray. And so that's what time it was. And so it's very important, even just like we were teaching on the Sabbath a few weeks ago, it's very important that we meet the Most High at the times that He has ordained for us to meet.
Exactly.
She was praying, and she knew that He would be showing right on up.
Right. She didn't want to
I don't know how Uzziah forgot about it. Just saying. So, all right. So, verse 2 of chapter 9 in Judith. O Lord, Most High Power, the God of my father, Simeon, to whom thou gavest a sword to take vengeance of the strangers, who loosened the girdle of a maid to defile her, and discover the thigh to her shame, and polluted her virginity to her reproach. For thou said, it shall not be so, and yet they did so. Wherefore thou gavest their rulers to the slain, so that they died their beds in blood, being deceived and smoten, the servants with their lords, and the lords upon their thrones.
Now, let's break that down. This is what she's praying, okay? This is what she's saying. This is history for her, okay?
Yep.
Her forefathers, they used sexuality, okay, to smote their enemies. She was praying for that strength on her. And we're going to bring it out, okay? She was a woman of fair beauty. She took the ashes off her now. She don't look old, decrepit, or whatever, because she was in mourning. She had been in mourning. She had been fasting for many years. But now the beauty is coming out. She about to use the power that the Most High gave her to uplift the children of Israel. Go ahead, read.
Okay. And has given their wives for a prey, and their daughters to be captives, and all their spoils to be divided among thy dear children, which were moved with thy zeal, and abhorred the pollution of their blood, and called upon thee for aid. O God Most High, O my God, hear me also a widow. For thou hast wrought not only those things, but also the things which fell out before, and which ensued after thou hast thought upon the things which are now and which are to come. Yea, what things thou did determine were ready at hand, and said, Lo, we are here. For all thy ways are prepared, and thy judgments are in thy foreknowledge. Only you know. For behold, the Assyrians are multiplied in their power. They are exalted with horse and man. They glory in the strength of their footmen. They trust in the shield and spear and bow and sling, and know not that thou art the Lord, the mighty power that breaketh the battle. And the Lord is thy name. The Most High Power is thy name. Throw down their strength in thy power, and bring down their force in thy wrath. For they have purposed to defile thy sanctuary, and to pollute the tabernacle where thy glorious name rests, and to cast down with sword the horn of thy altar. The horn means the strength. So to cast down the sword, the strength of thy altar. Verse 9, Behold their pride, and send thy wrath upon their heads. Give into my hand, which am a widow, the power that I have conceived, smite by the deceit of my lips the servant with the prince, and the prince with the servant. Break down their